Folks, today we're here with the Crow 2024. We go down deep into it and see if it does live up to its original movie or not. The Crow became popular after its first two big movies. The new movie, The Crow 2024, is a reboot by director Red Sanders, aiming to bring back the original magic. We'll see if it works later in this video. This reboot still has the same elements like dark fantasy with action, romance, and stuff like that. You know, the movie starts with a young Eric finding a white horse stuck in the barbed wire. He tries to help but gets hurt, then wakes up. We later meet adult Eric and Shelley, a young woman who's dreaming to be a musician, but he's involved with some bad people. And by bad people, I mean some underworld boss named Vincent. After a friend warns her about a video that could expose him, Vincent's men kidnap Shelley and Eric. Shelley ends up in rehab where she meets Eric. They fall in love, but in this series, happy endings are rare, generally. The first two Crow was successful because it had very bad ending. Even though the ending was still something good, but in that generation where we had this like Batman and stuff like that, you know. I mean, that time they didn't have that much like, you know, sad ending. So this is something rare. And now they're trying to kind of recreate the whole thing. And if I want to go into this kind of why they try to, how they try it, I mean, it's better to say how they try it. It's about the Vincent's dark side. The Vincent in this story isn't just a mob boss. He's interested in collecting innocent souls. He has a deal with the demonic forces to stay alive for centuries. He uses a spell to control people, making them do terrible things. Vincent wants Shelley's pure soul for his own gain. So as the story goes, Eric and Shelley are captured by Vincent's man and soft-coated. Instead of unaliving, Eric's soul ends up in the limbo-like state. A figure named Kronos tells him that if a soul is burdened with sadness and injustice, it becomes a crow. Eric gets a chance to right their wrongs and restore the balance. When Eric comes back to life, he noticed that he has superpowers and seeks revenge. He starts by taking down Vincent's corrupt allies and learns about video involving Shelley. He finds that the video shows Shelley unaliving someone under Vincent's spell, causing him to doubt her. Eric tracks Vincent to a local opera. He kills Vincent's man and faces Vincent in the final battle. Vincent tries to manipulate Eric and even gets some of Eric's power. And that's the moment that he realizes in this fight, Eric has the lead. And Eric pushes Innocent into the purgatory world where demonic spirit drags him to hell. And with that being said, Eric's sacrifice brings Shelley back to life, but he has to stay in the limbo. Shelley wakes up next to Eric's lifeless body, but he's gone. A paramedic who looks like that Kronos guy who was in that state thing tells Shelley about Eric's sacrifice. Eric's soul stuck between life and hell, but he hopes they'll be together again someday. And that could be lead to sequel in that after all. If this movie do good, I don't believe it's gonna do good. Why? Because this movie has its own good time. Back in 90s, back in 80s, I don't know when, like 90s mostly. There was no about like 80s, sorry. But in general, it had its own good time. Now we have a lot of franchises like this. The movie kind of gave me the mix of, like, movie was like a vibe of Ghost Rider and also some craziness like Joker. And these two can't be combined, especially nowadays. Maybe back in the day when the original film came out, it did work well. So people know him like as a everyone tried to compare any like Crow movie with that, but not any Crow movie can be made for the new generation like the old one. Why? Because there's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of movies that can be like much more better than Crow, in my opinion, in this stage. I liked it. I enjoyed it. And, you know, unlike earlier Crow movies where characters were clearly good or evil, this version shows more complex characters. Eric struggles with his morality and love. The movie has disappointed many fans. The story isn't very exciting in the same time. What I'm trying to say, this movie isn't for today, like for this generation, is because it's not really exciting for him. It's something cliche, you know. The only thing that made me something like, I was like, I'm watching good movie, was ending. The fact that the main character stayed somewhere. He didn't make it to come back. That was the only thing. Anyway, if you are really a fan of Crow, you're still gonna love watching this. I mean, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it like, just personal opinion. If you care, I'll give it 7. A lot of people give it like much more less, like 4, 3, I don't know how much. But let me know what you think. Comment if you have any opinion or anything that I didn't mention it. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. See you next time.